Zach Levi.
Yeah.
So you know who Tim Pool is?
Yeah, a podcaster.
Right,
Yeah.
Tim Pool, and he's a podcaster who started out thinking he was on the left, and everybody else ended up thinking that he's on the right. And I think part of the reason that happened is because he spent so much time hanging out with the Occupy Wall Street people.
He did.
That he found out that they were creepy.
Yeah.
So anyway, so Tim Pool had Zach Levi on his show last night, and which is kind of interesting because one of the, I mean, actually, I didn't get the backstory as to why, and they were talking about all kinds of stuff about the entertainment industry, and then they got off on a tangent on the moon and
moon landing. People don't.
No.
Okay.
The moon itself.
Okay.
The physical manifestation of the moon.
Yeah.
Apparently, there's some theory that the moon is hollow.
Yeah, interesting.
I'd never heard this.
I never heard it. It's unlikely. How would that be?
Well, the
hollow?
expression hollow may be a figure of speech, but apparently there's some resonant frequency that makes the moon appear to be more unique than any other object around it. Not to mention the fact that it effectively doesn't rotate, even though it obviously does rotate, but from our perspective, it never rotates.
It's very interesting. There could be, well, we need to put a base up there. We're thinking about Elon's going to put a base up there. Yeah, it rotates just perfect, right, so that we only see one side, which is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, how does that happen?
How could that happen?
I don't know. Maybe there's some way in nature that could happen, but we need to, have we ever examined the other side of the moon? We have, because they took a...
Right, they've taken pictures of it.
On the far side?
Yeah, they've flown the far side of the moon.
Yeah.
I don't know what you can get. I haven't really paid attention to it.
But it's probably too dark to take many pictures. Like, because when Apollo, like, they orbited the moon for a little bit.
So they saw it.
Yeah, but maybe it was dark.
Okay. So I came up with this myself.
Okay.
You're not going to get it. I'm going to do it anyway.
Okay,
I'm going to try this on you.
Okay, try it.
Okay, so the Earth is flat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That much we know.
If the Earth is flat, then obviously the moon also is flat. Make sense?
I guess so, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe that's why you don't see the other side.
So, and part of the reason we know it's flat is because Dean Martin said, when the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's amore.
Uh-huh.
So Dean Martin was a flat earther.
Oh, that's right.
You don't even know what I'm talking about.
I know Dean Martin. I know the song. Yeah.
That's amore.
You're right. I love it. Well,
I came up with that this morning. I don't know why. It just all of a sudden, let's just thought, oh look, Dean Martin's a flat earther.
Yeah, it could be. He might have been, yeah. But if it is flat and it rotates around, here's a flat Earth, here's a flat moon. The moon has to also have a rotation. It has to turn because it can't go around like this. Does the moon orbit the flat Earth? The flat moon orbit the flat Earth?
I don't know how the flat earthers explain the moon.
that one's a big difference. There really can't be that many flat Earths, but it does go to the point of how dumb people can be.
Well, I guess the thing that I heard somebody talking about the idea that they were talking to somebody who they knew, who was otherwise sane and sensible human being, and then all of a sudden they got off on this tangent, and it was kind of like,
yeah, well,
where did that come from?
It goes to show how dumb people can be. I mean, look at this mayor of New York. We elected this guy, you know. But maybe people don't take it seriously. Maybe they're like, it's just, why not? Like, who cares? What's the worst he could do? Like, he's probably limited to enforcing. He can't install and do any of the things he says he's going to do.
But you know the first in the right person
direction,
he quoted?
in the direction. Yeah, a communist, right?
Eugene V. Debs, who started out as a Democrat in the 1800s.
Yeah.
I can't remember when he was elected. He was elected, I think, to the to the Indiana legislature. And he basically founded the Socialist Party in America. Big deal labor leader, and everything he was involved in was violent. He was, which there's always the, what's the difference between communists and socialists? Communists are going to take it from you. You're going to give it to the socialists. That's what they believe. But he was part of the violent, and he, of course, if you read Howard Zinn's history, he'd say, well, they started it, you know, okay,
Yeah.
well, one way or another.
Stalin's
Yeah,
excuse
and
is the
Debs
same
ended
way.
up in jail multiple times, ran for the presidency. I think he ran 4 times.
Yeah.
Last time he ran, he was actually in jail.
Mm.
Got an amazing number of votes,
Mhm.
and this is between the years, 1900 and I think 1920 or 22 or something like that.
So Mandami likes this guy.
Well, he quoted him.
And quotes
the
him.
very first thing he did was to quote Eugene Debs.
So people vote for this guy, and it just goes to show how dumb the populace can be. You know, like there's a bunch of flat earthers out there, right? So we're going to elect people like this. You know, like, but I wonder how much he can actually influence. And is there going to be an exodus? When are people going to leave? Are they going to leave right away?
I saw an interview. Not an interview, a woman on last night. So I saw this last night, a woman who is in real estate in Florida.
Yeah.
And she said, I couldn't believe what happened this morning when I answered the phone.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody was calling from New York.
Mm.
And she said, I thought it was going to happen, but the volume of calls she got, she said, was astounding.
Wow.
So, I don't know. We'll find. Apparently the police commissioner resigned yesterday.
Really? From New York?
From New York.
Oh, wow.
There were several. That's the other thing is apparently there's a lot of public officials who are saying, let's get out of Dodge.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, in World War II Germany, the Jews had to have seen it coming. They must have, right? It didn't happen overnight, but so many did not leave until it was too late, So I wonder if it's the same thing. Is everyone gonna wait till it's so bad to get out, or do people see the writing on the wall? Or a lot of people are like, what's he gonna do? He can't raise taxes, Mandami. He can't start installing these things. He doesn't really have that much power,
Does he have the power to say stop collecting fees on the bus?
I mean, well, what happens is they just run a deficit, and then they get bailed out by the next Democratic president that comes in. So he'll run a city deficit. Look at California doing the same thing.
Not even care.
And now California is trying to pass a billionaire's tax. It'll be on the ballot in 1 year. Did you hear about that?
No.
Okay. Well, what happens is it's 5% of your money if you're worth over $1 billion. Any money you have in any retirement fund, in any property value, in any startup value,
Based on whose assessment of your wealth?
Yeah, based on, I don't know, like they have it's all lined out, and then it's retroactive to the first of the year.
So right off the bat, right off the bat, it's unconstitutional.
Yeah, so a lot of billionaires are like, I think I'm going to stay. But they have to be out by January in the next 2 months. Otherwise, this is going to pass with the midterm elections. It's going to be retroactive to now. But can they do that retroactive? My brother moved to Alaska, and he earned all of his money in Alaska. But he kept a house down here. And California just sent him a letter saying, hey,
say we want your money.
We want like your income tax. You forgot to pay your California income tax. You better kick down, otherwise we're coming after you. He earned all of his money in Alaska and lives in Alaska. Kids go to school in Alaska. He just moved out of California, but California is trying to hunt him down to take his money. He has no connection with here. He comes here, on vacation, basically. For the summers, they have a house. Like his wife brings the kids down for the summer.
You remember Rush Limbaugh left New York. And
he did? How come?
Because they overtaxed him.
Really?
Yeah. Well, that's
what
why
is New
he
York?
died. He was in Florida when he died.
Yeah. So he left New York State. Yeah.
No,
okay.
He left New York City.
Wow.
No, he was the New York guy. I mean,
yeah.
New York was a big. I mean, he might have been from Missouri.
Yeah.
And he might have lived in California, but he truly embraced New York because New York. I mean, it was his headquarters.
Yeah.
It was New York. And he was New York, and I think he lived in the city. And anyway, so they raised the taxes, and he finally said, "Okay, I'm going to leave." And the governor or the mayor, I can't remember, one of the two said if I had known it was going to be that easy to get rid of him, I would have done it sooner.
Mm.
So he moves to Florida,
Yeah.
but of course he's still got, business dealings in New York and friends in New York, and literally every time he literally went to New York,
Mm-hmm.
got off the airplane, they sent him a bill.
Really?
Yeah.
For what? For income tax?
For saying that he owed them money
Yeah.
because he was in New York.
Yeah.
And they said the amount of time you are in New York is, that percentage of.
They still want the money.
Yeah, they wanted the money.
A California politician tweeted Elon Musk, like, fuck Elon Musk. And then,
A politician.
And Elon Musk replied, message received. And then moved. Do you know how much money California is missing because they're,
It's not even.
They still have they still build stuff in Fremont, but they're not building that. They're headquartered over in Texas now,
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, we lost on so much money because we can't build stuff like that. We still have Fremont. They still have the Fremont factory, but they're not going to keep that open for long, But they are planning to build robots there.
Well, you remember
which is
Fremont also used to be. Ford used to have a facility in Fremont, and it was up and running. I know it was up and running in the 70s. And I can't remember what they built there, but I mean, Fremont, California. I mean, they built stuff in Fremont, California. Ford Motor, and if we're talking cars or trucks or I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't remember what exactly they were building. It was probably one model or something. But yeah, the Fremont plant was a big darn deal.
Yeah.
And then Ford consolidated, and I don't remember what year it shut down. I'm going to guess in the early 80s or something. It probably went away.
Can't do it in California. It's tough.
Yeah.
But now Gavin is going to be running for president. That's going to be interesting. I wonder how he's going to do. Wants to go on Joe Rogan, but I don't know if anyone's really been able to hand it to him. I think Joe Rogan could do it. Like, put him in his place, but I don't want to be able to, like, humiliate him. Except for maybe Adam Carolla, but there's no way he's going back on Adam Carolla's show. That would be great. But Adam's not really pushing for it. He should try.
I like Adam Carolla more and more every day.
Yeah. No, that guy's great.
Adam Carolla is the part of what I like about him is everything that he does at this point in time is so completely personal.
Yeah.
When he talks about Los Angeles.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he lives. I think he lives on PCH somewhere.
Yeah.
And his house didn't burn.
I know. Yeah.
And so, but it's still damaged, and he's still got to deal with it. And he's watching what's going on. And it's not what's going on in general. It's that's Bob's house. Bob's house is for sale. I know Bob, and I know the agent who's got the.
Yeah.
So it's all.
And he's a builder too, so he knows how this stuff works.
He's a builder.
Yeah, but like it's gonna be so hard. PCH, I don't know how they're gonna build. Those are all septic tanks. I don't know if you put a septic tank on the beach anymore.
Yeah, we talked about that.
They're not gonna let him do that.
I don't know.
But I wish he'd go on the Adam Carolla show. They should start. He should start taunting them because Gavin is taunting Joe Rogan, like, "Hey, let me on the show, But Adam should start taunting Gavin, get him on the show, because I think you do a better job like exposing Gavin than.
I don't think it makes any difference because I think people who, I've watched Gavin Newsom. Well, actually, I did not really watch it. We were out of the Bay Area by the time he was actually in San Francisco politics, but I certainly knew who he was. Mm-hmm. We lived in the Bay Area. We lived in San Francisco. I lived in Oakland. And I lived in San Jose. And so I have some idea who some of these people are. We lived there. Willie Brown ran the state of California. Yeah. Well, who's Willie Brown? Well, he used to be the mayor of San Francisco. Mm-hmm. Who else is Willie Brown? Oh, that's right. That's that black man who drove around in a Ferrari with a fur coat on. Yeah. People don't even understand what kind of. I mean, he's still around.
No, he is.
I'm pretty sure he's still alive.
Well, he did pretty good. He got busted for seeing a hooker and smoking crack.
No. That was the guy in
Oh, by Marion Barry.
yeah, there's Marion Barry.
Okay,
No,
yeah.
no.
Okay.
Willie Brown.
Willie
Was
Brown.
much smoker. Willie Brown
Yeah.
is the guy who was the only hooker he
Yeah.
got was Kamala Harris,
That's right. Mm.
and he
Oh, wait.
paid her in
Easy
by
jobs
giving
and
her a
promotions.
job.
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, and that was
Well, hey, that's not bad. So,
she was cute.
yeah.
She's pretty cute.
Money well spent.
Yeah,
It's not your money.
exactly. But he, so this was the Alioto family was still running San Francisco when we lived there, but it was the idea that San Francisco and or Oakland was corrupt is like everybody knows that, but it worked. It was is corrupt and worked.
Well, Gavin is going to win. He could win based on sound bites because nobody really researches Gavin. Like like the same people that are the flat
Nobody's gonna
earthers.
remember the French Laundry dinner
No,
during
no one cares.
COVID?
No one cares. So.
or the haircut. or
No.
Oh no, that was Nancy with the haircut.
Nancy, or there was a leader of LA, whatever her name was. She kept getting haircuts. She's like, "Well, I'm in the public eye." All right. I don't know. For thee, not for me. All right.